Over 3,500 hours into Helldivers 2, right? Like, I've tested so many combinations, so many weapons against all enemies, different angles, damage types, you name it. In this video, I'm gonna give you guys the top 10 most powerful weapon combinations in the game against all factions. So let's not waste time and jump right into it. Let's start with the bugs. The first weapon combination is going to be the cookout in combination with the flamethrower. The thing about this combo right here is that with these two weapons, you cover everything. Like, you literally don't have to worry about any enemy on the bug side at all. You're going to be destroying the Battle Titans with the flamethrower. All you got to do is get used to playing around them, rotating, distance management, but you are going to be destroying them. And with the fire changes, the Battle Titans get absolutely annihilated with the flamethrower, right? And on top of that, as mentioned, you have cookout. Now, what cookout provides here is incredible stagger, ammo economy, fire damage, and ad clear as well. On top of that, it takes care of the shriekers easy peasy all day. And depending on how you want to create this build for the secondary weapons, you're usually going to have to build around it, right? I feel like in this case, cookout covers most of everything when it comes to the smaller enemies, including the shriekers, so you can easily go for the ultimatum as well. But if this was a different situation, you would have to go for the Redeemer in order to cover the enemies that get close to you. And we're gonna run into that situation with some of the other combos that we're gonna be taking a look at here in a second. Now, the second combo we're gonna be taking a look at is the Stalwart with the one and only Eruptor. This is easily one of my favorite, and in general, one of the most popular combos in the game. Eruptor in this current form is a monster, and the Stalwart is like a perfect combination, right? Because whatever Eruptor struggles with, that's when the Stalwart comes in. The shriekers, the enemies that get close, boom, you swap to the Stalwart, you just melt them down real quick, you're good to go. All the rest, including bug holes and whatnot, the Eruptor takes care of. Like, you can damage Battle Titans, you can destroy chargers, you can annihilate spewers and impalers and bug holes, mushrooms and nests, and dude, it's just an insane combination. Combination number 3 against the bugs, what I think is one of the most fun combos in the game, is going to be Arc Thrower and Blitzer. Now, you guys are thinking, Pip, why do you use Blitzer? I get this question actually a lot. Like, Pip, why do you use Blitzer if you're using Arc Thrower? Well, it's very simple, right? The Arc Thrower is good for mid to long range. And then if something's getting close, I like to switch to the Blitzer and absolutely delete it. Both of them stun and stagger, which makes the games much more safer. And on top of that, like, the ad clear potential on both of these weapons is absolutely ridiculous. The only thing you got to be careful with is not zapping your teammates, right? All the rest is essentially covered. You're going to be completely staggering and stun locking the chargers with the Arc Thrower. You can deal damage to Battle Titans, and you can delete anything that gets close to you with the Blitzer. The only thing you gotta get better with this build is the shriekers, which you can absolutely take out with the Blitzer as well, but it does take time to get used to that. Now, with this build, I would advise to run an ultimatum instead of any other secondary weapon, because you can destroy Battle Titans with that pretty quickly, and some red stratagems that deal with those as well. But overall, Blitzer and Arc Thrower is a very fun combination, and it is very effective on max difficulty. Now, let's move on to the bots. The first combo we're going to be breaking down here is the Recoilless and the Purifier. And this is such a powerful combo, and actually very underrated combo in my opinion, because the Purifier is an absolute beast when it comes to the bots, and then you're going to have the Recoilless to absolutely delete the bigger targets. So you can't really go wrong with this overall build. One thing that I would advise though is to run a secondary weapon that will deal a little bit better with enemies that will get close to you. And if you do that, you're going to be covering essentially everything on the bot side. For the grenades, thermites, or pyrotech is also a great pick. Now, another absolutely insane combo is the Railgun and the Scorcher. Dude, the Railgun and the Scorcher take the gameplay to the completely next level. Like, you delete everything, and on top of that, if you slap on a supply backpack, the Scorcher goes nuts. Like, it goes insane. And then when you have these stronger enemies, that's when the Railgun comes in. And once again, the fact that you don't have to worry about ammo economy because of the supply backpack, you pick up a thermite or a pyrotech and a secondary of your choice, whatever you feel comfortable with this build, you are going to have some of the easiest and consistent games against the bots hands down. And finally, one of the more fun loadouts that I like to run against the bots is going to be the laser cannon in combination with the eruptor. And once again, in this case, you're going to need a secondary that's going to take care of enemies that are close to you, because the eruptor isn't really the best at taking out enemies that are close to you. But you know, the laser cannon is though. So if you want to run, so the secondary slot honestly is, now that I think about it, is kind of more open. So go for whatever feels more comfortable. But this build is also very, very fun. Not a lot of people run this combination. And every time I run this combo, I just have a good time. And I think that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So if you haven't tried the eruptor and laser cannon, make sure to do so. You're going to have a tool for essentially most of the enemies on the battlefield without any issues. And don't forget, you're also going to have the red stratagems. So those are going to come in clutch when needed. So these are going to be the 3 loadouts that I really like using against the bots. And now let's move on to the Illuminates. Here we're going to start off with the medium machine gun in combination with the purifier. You're going to be deleting flash mobs. You're going to have incredible ad clear. You're going to be deleting harvesters. Whatever is coming at you, you're going to have a good time. The ammo economy with this build is also very nice because the purifier does an incredible job when it comes to ad clear. With the charged shots, you're going to be killing a bunch of zombies in one shot, and the medium machine gun on max fire rate deletes the flash mobs as well. And not only the medium machine gun, by the way, the purifier with the charged shots, you can kill around 2 flash mobs per magazine, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because it's a primary weapon and it does all of these things really, really effectively. So if you're looking for a very consistent and essentially an S tier combination, this is going to be it right here when it comes to the Illuminates. And speaking of machine guns, the next on the list is going to be the heavy machine gun, but in this one we're going to be combining it with the Scorcher, because this also creates a really cool combination here. You're going to have awesome ad clear, and then you're going to have the heavy machine gun to absolutely melt down all the bigger enemies, harvesters, flash mobs, whatever. And once again, you're going to have a build that has everything covered. Now for the secondary, when it comes to the Illuminates, I don't think you need the ultimatum as much. I used to run it way more back in the day, but if you're running, for example, the heavy machine gun, you can swap this out for something that deals with the zombies very easily. So for example, I do like to run the crisper, burn the ground, create distance, but if you're not used to the crisper, go something that is a little bit more easier to use and just has ease of use, such as, for example, the Redeemer. So when a zombie's getting close to you, you just pull Redeemer out and just melt them down really quickly, right? And for the third build for the Illuminates, we're going to have the Eruptor, but we're going to have 2 options for the blue stratagem, right? So the options we're going to go over here is going to be the grenade launcher, and the second one is going to be the Stalwart. Like, as I said, Stalwart and Eruptor is just overall an insane combination, but the grenade launcher offers a different kind of playstyle. So let's say you don't want to use the Stalwart with the Eruptor because we already went over 2 builds with machine guns, right? In that case, you're going to pick up a grenade launcher. Now, what grenade launcher provides is absolutely ridiculous ad clear. However, it really doesn't do that well against Harvester. That's where the Eruptor comes in though. So they do complement each other really well. Now, one thing that you need to take into account with the grenade launcher and Eruptor combo is that it struggles close range, right? That's where the Stalwart and Eruptor is going to be better. But the way you fix that issue with grenade launcher and Eruptor is once again your secondary weapon. The Peacemaker, the Verdict, the Redeemer, all of these weapons are going to fix that issue for you. Let's talk about the bonus setup that I love to use against the bugs. I feel like this is such a cool build that not a lot of people use, and that is going to be combining Stalwart with the one and only Torture, dude. Torture is such a monster against the bugs. Extremely underrated, but I guess there is a reason for that. Honestly, I think this is probably one of those weapons that you really need to put in a bunch of hours into to really make it work very effectively against the bugs, especially if you're playing against Predator Strain. It can be tough, but that's when the Stalwart comes in. Like when something's going to get close to you, you're going to swap to the Stalwart and absolutely delete them. And with the Torture, you can destroy anything else, man. Like Bile Titans, Chargers, not an issue at all. Another cool thing about this build is because we're running Stalwart, we have the ability to run the Ultimatum with this loadout. And it gives you the ability to delete impalers really quickly, which makes your life much easier. And on top of that, like if you don't have the opening to push in with the torture to take out a Baltine, you can always use the ultimatum or the red stratagems. Make sure to let me know what you guys think about all of these in the comment section below. If you guys did enjoy this video, and only if you did, slap the like, sub to the channel. As always, stay positive, stay disciplined, and I'll see you all on the next one.